page Kuf Vav, still Perek Yutes. we were discussing the correct intention that a person should have when serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is a very high madrega. This is admittedly a high madrega. And when I started this man by saying that we're learning the end of Mesilas Yesharim, and sometimes it's a madrega that every madrega, no matter how high it is, sometimes you can get a smell of. You know, I'll give you an example. Like for us to say that we live our lives in order to bring honor to Hashem, might be fooling ourselves a little bit for us to say that with a straight face about ourselves. But I feel sometimes that when a person is saying the Avodah by Musaf of Yom Kippur, it's Farden Bao also? And where do you daven Yom Kippur? Oh, nice. Oh, you're a chazan there? For Musaf?
No, married.
Yeah?
Not married.
Not yet. So when it's Musaf on Yom Kippur, if you're davening in an inspiring place, and the chazan is talking about the Kohen Gadol, and saying the Shema Pre-Rosh, and everyone falls to the ground. The Oimrim, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusay Leilam Vayed. And the whole year, you say Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusay Lo. But on Yom Kippur, you scream out B'Koel Gadol Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusay Leilam Vayed. That blessing the honor of Hashem. I feel that if someone does that with intentionally, heartfully, that even though we're not necessarily people that run our daily life, everything l'shem shamayim, but we can get a taste of yes, I want to bring honor to Hashem. You know where it comes from? It comes from the fact that it really is who we are. We were created this way. Our neshamas were created to want to bring honor to Hashem. So it makes sense that every once in a while, in an unguarded moment, maybe that inner ratzain to bring honor to Hashem would come out. But it's important, as I explained in that first shiur, it's important for us to be aware that this is what we're aiming for. It's interesting that, I'll read the Mesilas Yesharim in a minute, but it's interesting that Rosh Hashanah is a day specifically attuned to bringing honor to Hashem. The truth is like this, you have to think about it. You daven Shemona Esrei this morning, let's say, right? So you daven to Hashem for yourself, not for Him. Right? You daven that you should have das, and that He should accept your tshuva, and that He should make sure you don't have any enemies, and that He should keep you healthy and provide you with a parnasa. Those sound like things that are good for you.
I'm also praising Him at the same time.
What? You're praising Him, but your purpose, what you're asking Him for, is to take care of you. Now the Nefesh HaChaim does say that our kavanah when we do that is, take care of me so that I can serve you. Right? That's the idea. Take care of me. Heal me so that I'm a healthy servant of Hashem. Provide me with parnasa so I have the kalim to be able to serve you. And so on and so forth. On Rosh Hashanah, we take the mask off. On Rosh Hashanah, in davening, we don't daven for ourselves and we say, oh, there's a deeper intention here that it's for Hashem. On Rosh Hashanah, we just come right out and say, we're davening for Hashem. We say Hashem, tein pachtecha Hashem Elokeinu al kol ma'asecha. That the whole world should have yiras shemayim. Ve'emascha al kol ma'aseh barasa. Ve'yiraucha kol ha'maaseh. Ve'yishtachavu lefanecha kol abruim. Ve'ye'asu kula maguda achas. The world should join together in achdus to serve you, Hashem. Who are we davening for? Us or Him? We're davening for Him. We're davening that the world should come together to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'yeda kol pa'ul ki ata pa'alta. Everyone should know that you made him. V'yavin kol yitzur. Everyone that was formed should understand ki ata yitzarta, that you formed him. Who are we davening for? For Hashem. I guess for the world, but for the honor of Hashem. No?
For Him?
What?
You mean for Him? I don't understand what you're saying, for Hashem. You mean daven for Hashem?
We're davening that the world should honor Hashem. We're davening for Hashem's honor. We're davening for Kavod Shamayim. Because we know that that's the purpose of the world, and that's what gives Hashem nachas. And even though Hashem created us to give us schar, but the way we serve Him is that we turn our attention to Him with love and with hakaras hatov, and we express that we want the whole world to be filled with kavod shamayim. Now,
I feel like in Shemona Esrei, there's certain brachot that are also davening for the world. In a sense. Like Etzema.
yes. None of this is black and white. It's 100%. You're 100% right. And the truth is, everything also affects everything else, right? If we'll be able to be healthy and strong and so on and so forth, the world will become a better place. You know, if the world has more, you know, like you're saying, as Tzemach David, if Malchus Beis David is reestablished in the world, then we'll be also in a better place. You know, everything on Rosh Hashanah, you daven that everyone should honor Hashem, but wouldn't you like to live in that world? We live in a world where, unfortunately, it's the opposite. You know, I was on my drive in this morning. I was listening to the radio about how many countries are targeting Israel right now. You know, and even though, you know, Israel and the Jewish people are not necessarily, the state of Israel, the government of Israel and the Jewish people are not necessarily exactly the same thing, right? You don't have the Rosh Hashiva deciding the policies of the state of Israel. You don't have the Rabbanim and the Gedolei Yisrael deciding that. But in the world, isn't the state of Israel identified as the Jewish people? Isn't that the way the world looks at it? So if they're saying to, you know, some countries are being pressured to not host soccer games next year in Europe if Israel's going to participate. Who's that targeting? Israel or the Jewish people? It's the Jewish people. To them, there's no difference. They're not saying, I love Jews, I'm just targeting Israel. They're not thinking that. To them, it's all the same. It makes me feel a little more uncomfortable out there. You know what the people around you are thinking? You know, it allowed for a certain anti-Semitism to come out. And in the last many decades, there have been many countries that have been at war like Israel was, and nobody ever said anything bad about them. And now you have a country that's standing up to defend itself against people that want to kill them, and they're the bad guys. Isn't that crazy? Crazy world that we live in?
Sure.
So certainly, if the world will be filled of Malchus Shamayim, if the world will recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it'll be a safer, better place for everyone. But the point of the Mesilas Yesharim is that our kavanah is to bring honor to Hashem. That's the goal. V'davar zeh, the second paragraph, V'davar zeh bi'aruhu b'tana d'vei Eliyahu. This is something explained in Tana d'vei Eliyahu. Zachor la'tov, omru loi. Kol chacham Yisrael sheyesh by dvar Torah la'amitoi. Any chacham in Klal Yisrael that has a dvar Torah that holds on to or that expresses true words of Torah, umisaneach. Do you know what the word that means? Misaneach. Misaneach is like to groan, to krechts, to express tsar. Al kvoidai shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, about the honor of Hashem that's missing. The al kvoidan shel Yisrael, and the honor of Klal Yisrael that's missing. Kol yamav umisave, and he has a desire. Umeitzer, and he feels the pressure, the tsar. Lichvoid Yerushalayim, for the honor of Yerushalayim. V'lichvoid Beis HaMikdash, and the honor of the Beis HaMikdash. V'la Yeshua shetitzmach b'karev, and about the Yeshua that should sprout quickly. Ulekinos Goliyos, Zoiche l'Ruach HaKodesh b'dvarav. Such a person is Zoiche to Ruach HaKodesh. What do you see from there? You see that that's the key to full shleimus. If we could reach a point that we're living our lives for Hashem, imagine, then the next step after that is Ruach HaKodesh. If you see that there are people in the world that have Ruach HaKodesh, they have that special connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this might be the reason, because they live their entire lives for the honor of Hashem. V'nimtzeis lamed, it says the Mesilas Yesharim. So you see from here, shezois hi hakavana ha'me'ula. This is the optimal kavana. Shehi rechaika legamri mikol hanoas atzmai. That's completely distant from any personal benefit. Ve'ena elo l'chvoidei shel makayim u'lekidosh shmo yizbarach. And it's only, his whole kavanah is just for the honor of Hashem, and to be mekadesh his name, ha-miskadesh bebriyosav, b'shah she'oisim ritzaynei. How is Hashem's name honored? When the creations of Hashem serve him properly. Al zeh omru ezehu chasid. Who is a chasid? Ha-mischased im koinoi. person who goes the extra mile with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does that mean? That means he does like chesed with Hashem. What does that mean? How do you do chesed with Hashem? What do those words even mean? It means that my whole agenda is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What I care about is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is a very subtle thing. I mean, there's a very unsubtle part of it, is that there are some people that devote their entire lives just to their own wealth and happiness. Right? Like the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And people who devote their entire life for the pursuit of happiness can't be said that they are Hasidim. It can't be. Are they following halacha? Could someone devote his life to the pursuit of happiness or wealth and follow halacha? Yes. It is possible for them to follow halacha. It's possible for them to be a good Jew. It's possible for them to be Makayim the mitzvahs. It's even possible for them to be Medakdek in halacha. But here the Mesilas Yesharim is giving us greater heights to look up to. And that is not only that I'm living in this world selfishly for myself, and I'm being yoitza my obligations to Hashem, but I recognize that I came here to this world to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm prepared to commit myself to, a life of serving Hashem. So when I get married, I'm not getting married just because I want to have this companionship and joy and have a great time. I'm getting married because I want to create a place where Hashem is being served. I want to create a place where chinuch is happening. I want to create a place where there's honesty and integrity and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu could consider my home to be one of His strongholds in this world, one of the places where He is served. That's my intention. So when someone asks me, why are you in school? Why are you getting married? Why are you building a family? If my answer is I want to be happy and wealthy, you can still be a good Jew and do that. But you won't have reached the highest levels. The highest levels is, you know why I'm doing that? I want to bring honor to Hashem. That's why I'm doing that. The whole idea of Rosh Hashanah is to present ourselves in front of Hashem. You know that? The whole idea of Rosh Hashanah, to stand in front of Hashem and say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I am here. I am your servant, I am here. And it makes a difference how you present yourself in front of Hashem. Someone who says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I am here. I'm actually pretty busy because I want to be very wealthy and have a great life. But I'm here to do what you told me I need to do. I'm going to do that. That's one way of presenting oneself on Rosh Hashanah. You can't say that that person is doing Aveiros, but it certainly is not the best presentation in front of the King that created you. But the person that stands in front of Hashem on Rosh Hashanah and says, I am presenting myself in front of Hashem, that I recognize you created me to serve you. Here I am, Hineni. I am here to serve you. I'm going to figure out the path forward for me to serve you properly, and I'm going to live my life serving you properly. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to hear on Rosh Hashanah. And Chazal tell us that Kivon she'amadetem lefanai b'din, as soon as you stand in front of me in judgment. You know what that means, to stand in front of me in judgment? It means what we just said. Hashem, I am here. I am your servant. You are my king. I am your servant. I'm here to serve you. That's amadetem lefanai b'din. Hashem says, as soon as that happens, I consider you to be a new person. Ki'ilu na'asisem beria chadasha. As if you're a new person, and you have nothing to do with the guy who did those Aveiros last year. So that's a very powerful moment that we can accomplish on Rosh Hashanah, to present ourselves in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.